on religious conversion. Laws have been passed against interreligious marriages. And then these are the things which started in 1930s of the then Germany. Then the Kristallnacht movement happened. Movies are being made. The same thing happened during in 30s in Germany. What kind of movies are being made? All with all nonsense and all complete lies. Okay, you say this is it's not a fact. So we are leading towards it. And when the Prime Minister stands up, he does not speak for the 133 crore people, he speaks about his ideology. How can the Prime Minister call us this Guspeti? How can the Prime Minister demean the Muslim women saying they give birth to more children? Then what about, why are you opening all these centers of fertility treatment? Close them down. Can the Prime Minister understand what a woman, there are so many fertility centers throughout India, in Hyderabad also. You close them down. Why are you demeaning? You criticize any other political party you want. It's part of your electioneering. But to demean 14% population, what is the message is sending?
So can I ask you a counter question? When we talk about polarization, it's never one-sided. You also go to a beef shop and say, "Kaatte raho." In a country like India, when you do that, isn't that seen as polarization?
No.
This is CNN News 18 and Federal Bank Primetime Studio.
You're watching the Hard Facts. We are coming to you live from the CNN News 18 and Federal Bank Primetime Studios. Viewers, could it be the final nail in the AAP's coffin? That's the question that is being asked today, increasingly, after the Delhi Lieutenant Governor, Mr. Saxena, has recommended an NIA probe into what he suspects. Now listen very carefully, viewers. The LG suspects an alleged link between Kejriwal, the Chief Minister of Delhi, the Aam Aadmi Party, and a banned Khalistan terror group called the Sikhs for Justice. Viewers, this represents a massive escalation in the face-off between the centre and the Kejriwal government. The Lieutenant Government claims that he's acting on the basis of a complaint he received that alleged that Kejriwal's AAP had received $16 million from Sikhs for Justice, the organization that many people believe is headed by Pannun, who is, of course, a known India baiter. Now, NIA probe into this allegation, viewers, spells huge consequences for the Aam Aadmi Party. Remember that Mr. Kejriwal is already in jail. He's in Tihar jail. He's currently incarcerated there. Why? Because he's suspected of having played a central role in the alleged Delhi excise policy scam. Now, viewers, the complainant who had written a letter to the Delhi Lieutenant Governor claims that the AAP and Mr. Kejriwal received this money from this banned terror Khalistani organization called Sikhs for Justice to champion the release of jailed and convicted Khalistan terrorist Devender Pal Bhullar. Remember, viewers, he was earlier on death row and then his sentence was commuted by the Supreme Court. He was jailed for carrying out a blast in 1993 and subsequently convicted of the crime. That blast took place in the union capital, that is Delhi, viewers. Several people died in that blast. It was supposed to have targeted a Congress leader called Mr. Bitta. Apparently, the complainant in his letter to the Lieutenant Governor has adduced copious electronic evidence to support his claims, which need to be investigated. Delhi LG VK Saxena, who has sought this NIA probe, has gone into details in a letter that he has written to the chief of the NIA, where he has talked about the background to this case, including a clandestine meeting in 2014 with the representatives of this banned terror organization. This particular meeting is alleged to have taken place in New York a few years ago. In fact, in 2014, viewers. And this particular meeting was attested to by a Aam Aadmi Party whistleblower. So viewers, there are all these facts and factors that need to be taken into consideration. Incidentally, Panun, who is the boss of this banned terror organization, had released a video a few months ago claiming that the Sikhs for Justice had paid $16 million to the Aam Aadmi Party, in specific Mr. Kejriwal, to champion the release of Mr. Bhullar and for other activities sympathetic to the cause of Khalistan. Now this, as I told you viewers, represents a dramatic escalation in this standoff, which has been a long-running one between the AAP and the NDA. The AAP has already come out and slammed the LG, calling him an agent of the centre, saying that we don't expect much more. We don't expect ethical action from the Lieutenant Governor. He's out to sink us. He's out to get the AAP banned. He's acting at the behest of the NDA government. Viewers, without ado, let's open this up because this is a serious story. You will see images of the letter that has been written to the NIA by the LG to go into all of this. But let's open this up. Let's get a sense really of where this story stands as far as all the claims and counterclaims that have now suddenly appeared on the scene. I want to first begin with Dr. Anand Ranganathan. Dr. Ranganathan, I know that several other people, including Mr. Kumar Vishwas, had once come out. Now, we all know who Kumar Vishwas was. He was a very close confidant of Mr. Kejriwal. He talked about these particular ties to Khalistani organizations. In an other assembly election campaign, you might recall, Dr. Ranganathan, several years ago, not the last one, but the one prior to that, there were also claims that there were links, funding links, political funding links between Mr. Kejriwal and certain sympathizers of the Khalistani cause. But such a specific link that has appeared now, A, do you find this a little coincidental? The elections are upon us, the Delhi election in just a month from now. Or do you believe this is long overdue, that this investigation should have taken place?
Good evening, Rahul, and good evening to my fellow panelists. This investigation is not only long overdue, it should have commenced at least more than a year ago, and it should have been finished at least 6 months ago, much before the elections, because I know, and you're right, people are going to question the timing of it. But when it comes to national security, it is shameful for anyone to question the timing. Now, I want to say two things out here, and both are very important. Rahul, when it comes to Aam Aadmi Party, please take it from me. Do not quote what the BJP is accusing Aam Aadmi Party of. Because unnecessarily, people will get embroiled into the whole thing that Modi has taken it upon himself, that he's a coward and a psychopath and is going after Kejriwal. Simply quote the Congress. Just quote the Congress on it. Now, in the liquor scam, it was the Congress that initially accused Aam Aadmi Party and Kejriwal of being in cahoots and taking the money. Later on, whatever the High Court said, the Congress said, we stand vindicated. In the case of this issue, national security, forget about the LG, forget about the BJP or whatever the BJP, just consider what the Congress, especially in Punjab, as well as the Central Committee of Congress has been saying, that Kejriwal and Aam Aadmi Party have traditionally been soft on terror, and particularly soft on Khalistani terror. Remember how it took a month to nab Amritpal Singh? Who was the one who principally accused the Aam Aadmi Party of this? It was the Congress. And I'm afraid that things aren't happening in isolation, Rahul. What is happening in Punjab is scary. And I have to say, I compliment the Congress for taking up this more than the BJP. Rahul, I am a child of the 80s. And I remember how for all practical purposes, we thought then that we had lost Punjab forever until KPS Gill came along. Sadly, we don't have KPL Gills anymore. There is no doubt that the Punjab state government is proving itself to be wholly inept at handling the law and order in the border state. If it isn't the daily drone attacks, the drug mafia murders, the blasphemy killings, it is police stations being run over by Khalistani separatists and anarchists to get alleged kidnappers released and not able to nab a Khalistani for a month. And when you do nab him, he's inside a Gurdwara. The situation exacerbated by lackadaisical coordination deliberate between the state and central forces. To top it all, the ISI is working tirelessly to create a compact between the Khalistani, Kashmiri and Sikh diaspora. Now I ask you, forget about the BJP as I said. Please ask the Congress sympathizers and the spokesperson. Are you not or have you not accused Arvind Kejriwal and Aam Aadmi Party of being in cahoots and being soft on Khalistani error? Simple question, yes or no?
So let me just ask you, Tehseen Poonawalla, taking off from where Dr. Ranganathan has finished, because this is important. First of all, a very basic question, yes or no question. And after that, I'll build on the argument. Do you believe that Captain Amrinder Singh is a true patriot, that he has the interests of India first and foremost?
All politicians do. All chief ministers.
I'm talking about Captain Amrinder Singh in specific.
Yes, he does.
Okay. Now that you've established this, I want to draw your attention to statements made by Captain Amrinder Singh himself, where he believes that the AAP government has always given a long rope to agitators who are supportive of the Khalistan movement. He voiced this much before he joined the BJP. He voiced this concern before he became an independent member once he left the Congress and before joining the BJP, and he floated his own political party. And most importantly, sir, there are several others in the Congress ranks, as Dr. Ranganathan has pointed out, who make the same claim. Why do you think they make this claim?
So I would like non-interruption so my point can come across very clearly. So I want you to understand very, very clearly, Rahul. There are two aspects to this. Number one, nobody in Punjab, nobody, make no mistake, nobody in Punjab needs the BJP or any other political party to teach them patriotism or say that anyone in Punjab is raising a demand for Khalistan. If anybody's bodies come wrapped in the tricolor, it is our Sikh and our Punjabi fellow citizens. So we don't need any lectures from anybody, either on this panel or from any political party. That's point number one. Point number two. I am angry, I am astounded, I am very, very irritated that tomorrow when I expected Arvind Kejriwal to get bail, and he should get bail, this new thing comes up at a time when the code of conduct is on and elections are on. You can have differences with Arvind Kejriwal, and I've been very critical of Arvind Kejriwal on a lot of issues. But to say Arvind Kejriwal is encouraging Khalistani elements in the breakup of India is not just an insult to our Punjabi fellow citizens, it is an insult to our democracy. Here is an elected chief minister, a 2-time, 3-time elected chief minister of Delhi. We are calling him now a terrorist sympathizer. What laws have we followed to? The LG, shameless. The Supreme Court had given powers to the elected government. By the majority, brute majority, they changed the Supreme Court judgment. Sitting there, he now asks the NIA to investigate a sitting chief minister. And I dare say on your TV show, courts are going to remain mute spectators as a chief minister is paraded as a terrorist sympathizer. And we, all of us sitting here, are now going to raise aspirations on our fellow citizens in Punjab, saying they are Khalistani sympathizers there. What rubbish!
But you haven't answered.
What rubbish!
Okay, Tehseen Poonawalla, I know this.
This makes my blood boil.
1 minute, you are agitated by this.
2016, Rahul.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry, I can't see that. What are you pointing out, doctor?
This is 2016. Captain Amrinder have proof of Khalistani's funding up.
Yeah.
2016. Tehseen, are you disgusted? Did you express your disgust to Captain? Did you express your disgust to Captain Amrinder and Rahul Gandhi in 2016?
Now
Did you do that?
Now, if you don't interrupt me, I'll say, if he had evidence as Chief Minister of Punjab, he should have goddamn acted. He didn't.
Maybe he was under pressure.
He's not, one second.
Maybe he was under pressure.
No, don't interrupt me.
How do we know?
No, don't interrupt me. 1 second.
Maybe he was under pressure.
Hold on. So that shows what kind of a patriot he is.
No,
what
do you mean?
Come on. Allow me. You have to allow me to finish. If he had evidence in 2016 and he was a sitting chief minister.
He has defended us.
Either you talk, then Rahul talks. Allow me to talk. You can't make an allegation and hit and run. Allow me to talk. You made an allegation that Captain said this in 2016. If Captain as Chief Minister had evidence, it is his duty, he was constitutionally bound, irrespective of what pressure he had, to act against Arvind Kejriwal. If he has not done that when he went to his friends in the BJP, it was his duty to act then. If they haven't acted, come when the code of conduct is on, when Delhi is going to the polls on the 25th of May, you now come up with this new drama at a time when he's going to get bail tomorrow? Okay, I am angry.
First of all, let's separate the two issues.
How? He bought in the liquor scam.
No, hang on. Just 1 second, sir. You are talking about how a person is being charged with such a serious offense or allegation when the elections are on. Now, let me also tell you, sir, that in Bengal, there is a police force that is doing the rounds of the Raj Bhavan there because they accuse the governor of actually having carried out certain actions. These are the allegations. There you have no problem. There a constitutional post holder can be jailed, can be prosecuted, even though, of course, we know that governors enjoy immunity. But still, there you will second an investigation, the prosecution of, you will not talk about the, the poll code being in place or not being in place. But here, you're getting touchy. And listen, it's not as if you are in any way losing any skin off your nose. You are a Congress sympathizer, and this is what the Congress has been saying. So is the Congress lying? Has it been lying all these years?
Again.
Was it cooking up stories against Mr. Kejriwal shamelessly in your words?
This business of saying that Khalistan elements in Punjab must stop. Seriously must stop. Nobody's bodies come in a tricolour wrap more than our Punjabi fellow citizens. What rubbish is Khalistan? Where is this Khalistan demand? It happens in Canada, Australia. Nothing happens in India, number one. Okay. Number two.
Are you saying that that individual who's languishing in an Assamese jail today doesn't exist? That the case against him is fake?
Of course he exists.
Then what is that then?
So he is in jail, right?
No, do you know how much time it took to arrest this one individual?
This one individual, when he was in Dubai, who was the one who was helping? Who was in touch with? How was he involved in the farmers' protest? Who funded it? Let all of that come out. Where has Kejriwal got to do with him? Is Kejriwal's allegations to do with that gentleman who's in jail?
Surely there should be an NIA investigation. Or is that your case that it should not be?
Against a sitting chief minister who's going to get bail. Okay. Is this what we've come down to?
I don't know.
NIA,
sitting chief ministers above. Are sitting chief ministers above. Let me tell you, viewers, it's the same Congress party. One second. This is the same Congress party. This is the same Congress party. Now listen to me, viewers.
1 second.
No, I'm now tired of this. I'm tired of this. This is the same Congress party that sold their own prime minister who was assassinated on the back of a conspiracy by the LTTE and certain members of a political party in the state of Tamil Nadu. They shut that file. And today, sir, they are fighting elections with that political party.
Here's the answer to that. Just one
There was a committee that was set up by the Congress government back then to investigate. How is it that the LTTE snuck into this country and blew up a prime minister out of his shoes? A dossier this thick exists. The connections between that political party and certain LTTE groups that conducted that dastardly act. And today that same Congress party is lining up, viewers,
allow me to answer that,
to champion the release of Rajiv Gandhi's killers at the behest of a political party they share power with. This is the Congress party.
Allow me to answer that. Please allow me to answer that. That same political party that you allege about, was the BJP in alliance with them or no?
Sir, I'm talking about you. Forget the BJP. The BJP, you are constantly saying the BJP.
Allow me. Now,
listen, I'm a journalist who has called out, listen to me, I'm a journalist who has called out the BJP of having an alliance with the PDP.
So call them out.
I am not the person sitting here, but that doesn't make it right. Two wrongs don't make a right, does it?
I request you to say NIA investigation against BJP leaders who allowed ISI into Pathankot. Will you say it? Will the LG write it?
I have no problem. Let them write it.
That won't happen.
If there is a case, why don't you move the case? Why don't you move the... I think...
Should ISI
One second. Dr. Raman is there with us. Let me bring him in. Dr. Raman, look. I don't know. Objectively looking at this issue, the timing seems a little awry to all of us. That one can sort of all agree to disagree on or agree to agree on. For once, that the timing looks suspect. Tomorrow or day after, there is going to be a court hearing. There's going to be a bail hearing on this liquor gate, and now comes the shadow of a terror connection. So you obviously will ask the question, the timing. And I think Dr. Ranganathan was very clear. He said this should have happened a year back and it should have been wrapped up 6 months ago, so we knew where things stand. So I think all of us agree on this issue. But Dr. Raman, beyond that, many people have come out and suggested that there is a link between the AAP, and there are people from within the AAP, in fact, who have made this. Can we blithely ignore this just because the elections are on?
Rahul, I think this is a very serious matter which needs to be probed in complete detail. I think that this represents a colossal failure, if it is true, of the intelligence gathering network of the country. In fact, I would hold the central government squarely responsible if they have allowed a man who has received $16 million allegedly from pro-Khalistani outfits over a period of 8 years, and who has been addressing pro-Khalistani elements in the US. Rahul, I mean, who is actually responsible for this failure? I mean, I think this is a very serious question which needs to be asked, and there needs to be a detailed probe into the intelligence agencies, whether they were aware, and if they were not aware, it reflects extraordinarily poorly on the central government. More than anything else, if there is even an iota or even 0.01% truth in these allegations, the blame should squarely go. Imagine $16 million. It is not something which was carried in a sack of cash. This must have been electronic transactions which came in. Nobody knew. You had to wait for somebody to write a complaint letter and give it along with video evidence to ask for an NIA investigation. Is this some kind of a joke? What are the intelligence agencies doing? Rahul, look, everyone knows tomorrow the matter is coming up in court. He is likely to get bail. Now something else has to be thrown against him. And here it comes. But tell me honestly, $16 million have been given to him over 8 years, and nobody in the DRI knew anything about it. Nobody knew that this man was hobnobbing with the allegedly hobnobbing with pro-Khalistani elements until 3 weeks before an election. I mean, do you think people are fools, Rahul? I mean, who will even believe this? If anything, if there is truth in this charge, it indicts the central government and its agencies far more than it indicts Mr. Arvind Kejriwal.
Okay. Let me bring in Dr. Virendra Chaudhary. Dr. Chaudhary, again, the timing, many people are going to look at this, narrow their brows and say something is wrong here. This doesn't ring right. Apart from the timing issue, what do you make of this letter that the LG has written?
नमस्कार। देखिए, सबसे पहले तो मैं इस बात से इत्तेफाक नहीं रखता जैसे बाकी पैनल के लोग कह रहे हैं। एलजी ने जांच के लिए रिकमेंडेशन दिया है, सजा नहीं सुनाया है। यदि ऐसा होता तो शराब घोटाले में अरविंद केजरीवाल तिहाड़ जेल में है और मामला कोर्ट में है। यदि मामला ने कोर्ट ने उनको मुक्त कर दिया होता, बेल दे दिया होता, तो बात समझ में आती, लेकिन मामला जारी है कोर्ट में, सुप्रीम कोर्ट में है। दूसरी बात, यदि एनआईए ने जांच करना है तो यह जांच की प्रक्रिया के लिए रिकमेंडेशन है। मैं समझता हूं कि इसमें सजा नहीं सुनाई जा रही है। नंबर 2, चुनाव का समय है, वो तो ऑब्वियस है, चुनाव है। 25 मई को दिल्ली में है, वो दिल्ली के मुख्यमंत्री हैं। पंजाब में 1 जून को है, पंजाब में उनकी सरकार है। तो यदि भाई आपकी जांच हो रही है और उसको आप ये कह के टाल जाएंगे कि चुनाव है और मुझे उससे हटाया के रखा जा रहा है, तो ये तो इसमें कोई दम नहीं लग रहा है। जहां तक एक बात और मेरे जहन में आती है कि यदि हमें नहीं पता जांच में क्या आएगा नहीं आएगा, ये तो बाद में पता चलेगा, लेकिन यदि इसी तरह की स्थिति बनती रही, संभावना बन सकती है दिल्ली सरकार को डिसमिस करने की संभावना बन सकती है। ये मेरा मानना है, क्योंकि एक के बाद एक दूसरा मामला सामने दिखाई दे रहा है।
Oh, this is an interesting element that has been added. Dr. Ranganathan, I want you to pay attention to this. This is a Times of India copy from February 18th, 2022. So we are now going back 2 years, just under 2 years, or a little over 2 years actually. Taken serious note, Amit Shah replies to Channi on allegations of AAP's SFJ links. This is very specific now. So the Chief Minister of the state of Punjab at that time, Mr. Charanjit Channi, had written to Amit Shah regarding serious allegations. So this proves that the Congress has on record written to the Union Home Minister, who says taken serious note. Taken serious note. And what was this about? So here it was. Channi drew Shah's attention to a letter from the legal advisor from the banned outfit Seeks for Justice. It has been mentioned in the letter that the SFJ has given support to AAP in the elections to the State Assembly in 2017. And similarly, in these elections too, the SFJ has exhorted the electorate to vote for Aam Aadmi Party. Channi wrote to Shah, and here is the copy of the letter. It's very clear. Now, what explains this sort of lassitude, inaction, call it what you want to? Channi writes, they don't investigate at the state level. The ball is sort of put in the centre's court, and there God alone knows what happens. It's taken note, but nothing comes out of it. What do you think is the issue?
Yes, as I said, Rahul, and I myself began with telling you, please don't look at BJP when it accuses AAP of being soft on Khalistani terrorists and terror. Just look at the statements and the actions of Congress. Now, you asked a pointed question. I'll tell you, the Congress doesn't just suffer schizophrenia, it enjoys it. This is exactly what is happening at the national level vis-a-vis the state level. At every state, in every state, the Congress is accusing its India alliance partners of either killing democracy in Bengal, or being corrupt in Kerala, or fomenting terror in Punjab, or having corruption in Jharkhand. Every state. But somehow miraculously they believe, the Indians will believe that when they come together at the national level, everything is going to be hunky-dory. That's why I said, please look at, and Tehseen, I'm sorry, was very unconvincing when he says, well, Captain Amrinder, when he was in Congress, he should have submitted the proof. If he said, Captain Amrinder was actually very direct when he said that 4 Canadian Sikh ministers were in cahoots and soft on Khalistani terror, and they are the ones who are in cahoots with Aam Aadmi Party. He was as direct as the Congress, Mr. Channi. So the Congress has traditionally been supplying, not, I don't know about evidence because that is in the realms of, things that us common citizens don't know, but it's been very vocal about it. It's not.
But I have to then ask,
BJP at all.
Tehseen Poonawalla, look, your party has suddenly gone into denial over the last 48 hours about the 26/11 attack. Specifically on one individual, Hemant Karkare. I think we all know he was the ATS chief on that fateful night when Kasab and his crew landed and sprayed Mumbai with bullets and shot up a large number of people, including Mr. Your friend, as you professed that he was a friend of yours, Mr. Karkare, dear friend. Your party now said that was done by the RSS. Your party claims that Mr. Kejriwal and the SFJ had links, did nothing on their own. There is a state CID, there are many institutions that the state-level investigative agencies have, many instrumentalities that could have gone into all of this. Of course, the ball was passed to the center, God alone knows which, basket it is languishing in. That is a different story altogether. But I want to ask you, what track record can the Congress have? When Dr. Ranganathan says that, look, the Congress, but I'm sorry, you seem to be apologists for everybody.
No, one second. Let's bifurcate issues. They're two separate issues. I don't
No,
want to
they're
mix it.
actually one and the same.
No, they're not actually one and the same.
Under your nose, a person was getting away with all sorts of links. Right. Now when those links, erupt in this way, unseemly, ungainly, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, of course. You then have a problem.
No, there's no. The fact of the matter is, if the Congress Chief Minister of Punjab did bring this up, why didn't he act? He vaguely says 4 ministers of Trudeau government are involved in Khalistani activities, are encouraging it. Guess who was inviting them, who was cuckooing with them, who was hosting banquets with them? The present union government. Why were they doing that? Until Trudeau did not put up those, as in Trudeau's words, credible allegations on the Nijjar case. Who was wooing Trudeau?
But you're not answering the question. My question is,
what
is wrong?
The same respect Anand gets. I am a guest on your show. I cannot be interrupted. So the union government was cuckooing with Trudeau. Now suddenly they are okay. If Channi's written this letter to Amit Shah ji, was Amit Shah ji snoozing?
I'm the one who brought it up.
Exactly. So was he snoozing?
I want to ask you a question.
So now, tomorrow when Kejriwal ji will most likely get bail, suddenly the LG wakes up. today evening.
Arey bhai,
and say,
you are not
no,
answering a
NIA
simple
should
question. I think
investigate
Dr. Chaudhary
How is
raised that
this-
question. Can
how
I
is
ask you a
this-
simple question? You are
I
not
am
answering
asking
the
you-
question.
let me ask
What
you
is
something.
wrong in having a probe? Doodh ka
Let me
doodh,
ask
pani ka
you-
pani, as
Let
they
me
say.
ask you a question. Let me ask you a counter question. This government is going to not be in the union on post 4th of June. If they are, do the probe after that. Why are they at the time of going, setting up these probes for those who might come in government?
Okay, well-
Why are they doing that?
Well, let me tell
That
you.
is the question. Why did they
Viewers,
do it when they were in government?
Arvind Kejriwal, when this
Who
matter...
controls ID?
Okay, when this
Who
matter...
controls RAW?
Okay, when Channi had raised this issue with Amit Shah, this is what Arvind Kejriwal had tweeted. Now, unfortunately, as of now, he can't tweet, so we can't get his specific reaction because he's in jail. But let me tell you, ये सारे भ्रष्टाचारी मुझे आतंकवादी बोल रहे हैं. All these corrupt people are calling me a आतंकवादी, a terrorist. मैं दुनिया का पहला आतंकवादी हूं जो लोगों के लिए स्कूल बनवाता है, अस्पताल बनवाता है, बिजली ठीक करता है. दुनिया में मैं पहला स्वीट आतंकवादी हूं. Basically, he's saying, I'm one of the first terrorists in the world that makes schools for children, hospitals, as well as I give people electricity. And therefore, I am the sweet terrorist, the world's first sweet terrorist, the guy who actually does good stuff. This is what he had said back then. We're still awaiting, of course, his response to all of these developments now. His party has come out and slammed the LG for being an agent of the center. Viewers, we leave it at this. We're back in 2 minutes. We have to look at a very important story coming up next. Don't go away.
Guruji.
Breaking a law? No, I'm not breaking a law. I wanted to expose BJP, which have been successful. You have taken 10 crores electoral bond from a company called Alayana, which happens to have a factory in Telangana. You have no objection in taking 10 crores, but your objection to a Muslim Qureshi, whose profession has been that, who sits for 17 hours in a day and makes 500 rupees, a Kathik who opens a shop, you are against them. You want to close those shops. Day in, day out, you speak about them. So you are more interested in electoral bonds from a company, but you're not interested in the economic little bit progress, prosperity of a poor man who runs a shop with 2 or 3 people.
But what about the fact that your critics say that you also do identity politics
What?
primarily,
What?
and your
Give me-
politics is
No,
only Muslim-centric?
No, how? Is it wrong to talk about a community which is lacking behind on all the parameters of human development indicators? It is. Please tell these people to read the Kundu Committee report, which was given to this government in 2014 October. Please read the NSSO data. What does that say? Please read the National Family Health Survey.
So, are you saying that the Muslim reservation issue that has been kicked off by the BJP this time around, are you saying that Muslim reservations are fair and needed? Because the BJP has made it a poll plank to say that that reservation shouldn't come for all Muslims, only for backward Muslims, and it shouldn't come out of others' quota.
Well, you see, number one point is that it is completely lie that someone else's share has been taken and given to the caste among the Muslims. In Telangana and in Andhra Pradesh, this reservation started in the erstwhile Andhra Pradesh. Mr. P.S. Krishnan, a renowned anthropologist who's nowhere in this world, who was very much instrumental in the Mandal Commission report, he had created a list of caste of Muslims which will get reservation and a list of castes which will not get reservation. Now, where is this case of getting it based on religion? In Maharashtra, the reservation was given. People challenged it. It went to Bombay High Court. The Bombay High Court upheld it. They said, yes, reservation can be given to Muslims. They are socially, educationally backward in education.
In some states, it's being given to all Muslims with no concept of creamy layer. Like, for the example, the Prime Minister has raised the issue of Karnataka, and he has also raised the issue of Andhra and Telangana.
See, the interesting part about Karnataka is, when Yedurappa was the CM twice, he allowed it. He continued with it. Just before assembly elections, you do that. You see, when you are in power, you allowed it. And before assembly elections, you remove it. So I hope the Congress government should have rectified it and taken steps, because the academic year is going to start now in next 2 months.
I am with Asaduddin Owaisi, the sitting MP in Hyderabad, on his quintessential door-to-door campaign that he is very famous for. are these elections a little bit different because the BJP is giving you a very spirited fight?
See, we have defeated BJP from 84,
Yes.
89, 91, 96, 99, 2004, 2009, 2014, 2019, and again
40 years.
in 2024 years. So it's BJP has been there, will be there, and they'll always lose also, inshallah.
No, but this was considered to be a seat where nobody really challenged you in the manner that the BJP putting up a candidate like Madhvi Lata is doing this time. Is it a little bit different?
No, not at all, not at all. You see, the problem is that the earlier candidate didn't happen to be from an upper caste. So the media was not very hoo-ha about it. But now everyone talks about it. Anyway, it's BJP is there. We have been defeating BJP.
But do you think it's because of her upper caste credentials or because this is a woman who's very articulate, very ferocious? She's leading the campaign from the front.
Are you saying that Venkaiah Naidu was not articulate when he contested against our then party leader in 1996 and lost? Are you saying that Mr. Bhagwant was not an articulate candidate from BJP who contested in 2014 and in 19 or the then deputy mayor of BJP? So.
You're watching the Hard Facts from the CNN News 18 and Federal Bank Primetime Studio. Viewers, what a day it has been of fast-paced developments. Kejriwal will perhaps be probed by the NIA. And now, viewers, in another big story, cash, filthy cash, a mountain of it. Testament to greed, insatiable greed, recovered by the Enforcement Directorate from the home of a domestic helper employed by the personal secretary of a top Jharkhand minister. Not the first time, viewers, that copious amounts of cash, cupboardfuls of cash, money, lucre, filthy lucre, has been recovered from the possession of a Jharkhand politician. A few months ago, viewers, we showed you evidence of more cash from a Jharkhand MLA, Congress MLA. Just look at it. It's on your screens. Have you ever been near a stash of cash of this proportions? I haven't ever laid my eyes on such an obscene amount of money. It's unconfirmed, but this hoard of lucre is expected to be easily over 20 crores. We don't have an exact number because even the counting machines are groaning under the burden of totaling it up. You'll see those agents feeding this money in and the machine tripping up. There you can see it on the extreme right. Imagine that number, 20 crores. Roll it over your tongue. 20 crores. It will take an honest taxpayer investing 2.2 lakh rupees per month of his or her hard-earned savings for 20 years, at the very least, to accumulate rupees 20 crores. But this Jharkhand minister, to whom the ED has allegedly linked the cash, made this money in a blink of an eye. How utterly unscrupulous can a human being be if these charges are correct? Yes, viewers, I'll give you some details. The ED has raided Jharkhand minister's secretary's house help, a domestic actually. 20 to 30 crores unconfirmed recovered from house help of Sanjeev Lal. Sanjeev Lal is the personal secretary of Congress Minister Alam. Raids in connection with Rural Development Department. Probe in case against the chief engineer Virendra Ram was taking place, and it is through this that leads were provided about this stash. Virendra Ram was arrested last year by ED under PMLA. Probe into irregularities in the scheme implementation have led us to this stash. The Prime Minister has lashed out at the Congress JMM government for looting the public, for allegedly pocketing the hard-earned money by extorting the poor. The Prime Minister also said that such recoveries make him angry and strengthen his resolve to try everything to stamp out corruption from the body politic. Listen.
झारखंड में ईडी ने नोटों के पहाड़ खोदकर निकाले हैं। कांग्रेस के मंत्री के निजी सचिव के नौकर के पास से ये नोटों का पहाड़ निकला है। सोचिए, कांग्रेस वालों ने अपने नौकर के घर को काली कमाई का गोदाम बना रखा था। जिनके पास से भी नोटों के ये पहाड़ मिलते हैं, वो कांग्रेस की फर्स्ट फैमिली के करीबी होते हैं। ऐसा क्यों होता है? कहीं ऐसा तो नहीं कि जो पैसे पकड़े जा रहे हैं वो कहीं सप्लाई होने के लिए रखे थे?
The loot, allegedly linked to a state cabinet minister in the Congress JMM coalition government, exposes Rahul Gandhi's hypocrisy, viewers, at least on the face of it. At least that's what people are saying. The self-styled champion of social justice has been talking about wealth redistribution, if you please. But taking wealth from the rich and distributing it amongst the poor, that's what he's been saying. I'll do it, he says. All this when right under his nose, a minister in his own state government is being accused of doing the reverse, extorting or looting the poor to benefit the entitled like himself. Listen to Rahul Gandhi, who has been making these empty promises, viewers. Listen.
गणना से पूरे देश को पता लग जाएगा कि हिंदुस्तान का धन कहां है, किसके हाथ में है, पिछड़ों के हाथ में कितना, दलितों के हाथ में कितना, गरीब जनरल कास्ट के हाथ में कितना, महिलाओं के हाथ में कितना, पूरा साफ हो जाएगा सबके साथ। उसके बाद न्यू पॉलिटिक्स शुरू होगी। उसके बाद ये स्टेज पे ऐसे कभी नहीं खड़े होंगे। अभी ये कह रहे हैं भैया मुझे नहीं मालूम, कब कहेंगे भैया मेरे 50% लोग हैं, मेरे 2% धन है, मुझे 50% धन चाहिए।
What's going on, viewers? What's going on? He says, we will do a census to find out who has how much in their hand. But when, viewers, the hand is blessing the corruption, then, viewers, how will we find out? There is another case, as you know. It's not easy to find out where the assets are, etc., etc. Just ask Rahul Gandhi himself. He's out in bail on one of these cases. His mother is also out on bail, and it's called the Herald House. Do you think the Herald House, viewers, will ever be back on the market to be redistributed? Think about that. Would this money be counted? Iska census hoga. Let's open this up. Let's open this up, viewers. We have a lot to talk about. We have a lot to talk about. Dr. Ranganathan, will they ever do a census of what is in their hand or under their nose? Vivek Bansal is there in some... I also see him in some unlit shadows. Why are you hiding from the viewer? Bansal Saab, light white chalaiye. Roshni hota to Bajaj. Chalaiye na. Let us see you, sir. I can't see you. Yes. Okay. Dr.
Rahul, you're just very jealous because, you know, this is just proving Rahul Gandhi is absolutely right. This is live demonstration of the survey underway. You know, you just, poor fellow Mr. Alam has been caught in the act of redistributing wealth. I don't know why you're making, a mountain out of a molehill. All this money was supposed to be redistributed. You've just caught him in the act. So he was actually doing the nation a great service. No, but to be serious, Rahul, ever since the election or canvassing began, the EC is on record saying that they have confiscated 5,000 crores. That's like in around a month, they have confiscated, including 2,000 crores worth of drugs. So obviously, election means black money comes out, false ceilings of bathrooms are tapped and broken, and all this money comes tumbling down. I want to make a larger issue. I want to congratulate, and Tehseen, my good friend, is also sitting here. I want to congratulate Prime Minister Modi because the congratulations have come directly from the Congress. In that, the Congress now believes that there are only 1 million poor households in India, which is a spectacular reduction in poverty achieved by Narendra Modi in the last 10 years. If you remember, Rahul, on your show recently, I said it's been 40 days since Rahul Gandhi said we will give 1 lakh to every woman from every poor household in India. And I asked the Congress spokesperson on your show, can you please tell me how much money is required to fulfill this election promise? And he said, point blank, 10,000 crores. What that means is, from 10,000 crores, if every woman from every poor household in India is to get 1 lakh rupees, that means there are only 1 million poor households. Now, I want Tehseen either to refute this statement of a Congress spokesperson or to tell us exactly how much money will be required after wealth redistribution to be able to fulfill this promise of putting 1 lakh rupees into the bank account of every woman of every poor household in India.
But you know, let me, Tehseen Poonawala, of course you can take that question, but let me just, I find this astounding, Tehseen Poonawala, that Rahul Gandhi can get up and tell the public that I am going to calculate kiske haath mein kitna hai, when he himself is chary about telling the world about what he possesses by the way of assets and by what this gentleman, Mr. Alam, possesses, and what his Congress MLA possessed, and what several others who are being raided by the ED possess, because those are, of course, not possessions. So I want to ask you, what sort of survey is this? This is only those poor innocents who are paying their taxes and really doing the back-breaking hard work that will have to cough up. And then you will take from that same poor that I and people like Dr. Ranganathan, the poor biologist there, and others like Dr. Virendra Chaudhary will cough up for your Mad Hatter scheme of redistributing wealth to these rich, corrupt, fellow apartchik, alleged corrupt fellow apartchiks. Simple question, sir.
The question is wrong.
Why?
What do I answer? Your question is wrong.
Why?
Because what Rahul Gandhi is saying is not wealth redistribution from personal assets. What he's talking about is the state's resources and opportunities.
Oh, please.
I'm telling you, you have to allow me to speak.
Have you now become such an
No, I'm telling you exactly
apologist for
how
what he's saying?
He says, he's not saying take from Rahul and give it. That's the Prime Minister.
He is saying, sir, financial. Arey bhai, your own manifesto says
financial
and social.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So what does that mean? It means the state's... Sir, you have
what
to
does
allow...
social mean?
Sir, either you don't want me to speak, you and Mr. Ranganathan want to do a show, please do it. Or you allow me to clarify. You cannot have it in one way, but I'm not speaking.
So don't be specious. Why are you dragging me in?
Because you get a clean slate. Allow me to answer. Because that's not what Rahul Gandhi said.
You're misleading the country.
No, I'm
anyhow.
not. Allow me to finish.
Yeah.
What a redistribution survey means is redistribution in jobs and state resources and opportunities. For example, in Bihar, it is now realized that there are many Brahmins who are more poor than the Dalits and the Muslims. Do they not deserve a pie of the state resources? That is what state redistribution means. It does not mean taking the Mangal Sutra of somebody and giving it to a Ghuspetia. It simply does not mean that. And if something as basic as this is not understood, and we should ask ourselves, do we have cerebral...
Kiske haath mein kitna hai? I'll play that bite out again. He's not talking about any highfalutin institution viewers. He's talking about real people who have wealth with them. And in fact, his two great mentors, one Kaushik Basu and one other gentleman called Sam Petroda, they have both come out and said exactly this. We will assess how much money individuals hold. Individuals are not financial institutions. They're members of society. Now let's listen in to Rahul Gandhi again and just pay close attention, viewers. It'll rest this argument, at least of Tehseen Poonawala, right now. Yes.
तो जाति जनगणना से पूरे देश को पता लग जाएगा कि हिंदुस्तान का धन कहां है, किसके हाथ में है, पिछड़ों के हाथ में कितना, दलितों के हाथ में कितना, गरीब जनरल कास्ट के हाथ में कितना, महिलाओं के हाथ में कितना, पूरा साफ हो जाएगा सबके सामने. उसके बाद न्यू पॉलिटिक्स शुरू होगी. उसके बाद ये स्टेज पे ऐसे कभी नहीं खड़े होंगे. अभी ये कह रहे हैं भैया मुझे नहीं मालूम, कब कहेंगे भैया मेरे 50% लोग हैं, मेरे 2% धन है, मुझे 50% धन चाहिए.
There you go, viewers. Caste census, एक मिनट बंसल जी, caste census किस पे होता है? Individuals पे होता है या institutions पे होता है, sir? Caste is made of brick and mortar.
Obviously, it's a caste and census is basically in the society and definitely
In the society.
And in the society only. So as any census take place, caste census is also part of that. If at all it takes place caste-wise, except for the fact that census doesn't go caste-wise. But in this case, Mr. Rahul Gandhi is talking about the socially and economically deprived.
So I'm glad
people.
you clarified that. Now, Mr. Bansal, I'm going to ask you a specific. So that sets the tone. Now, forget that. I'm asking you, sir. What is going on? Right under the Congress party's nose, you support the Jharkhand government. Not once, but twice. Huge cache of money is appearing. You are allegedly looting from the poor. Where is this money coming from? Undeclared wealth. It's coming from somewhere.
Rahul,
And you are talking about social justice. Isn't this hypocrisy? Mr. Bansal, please answer. The people of India want to hear you.
Mr. Rahul, let me just say,
Yeah.
tell you one thing, that nobody is condoning, first of all, that what all is happening. Party would be coming with its reaction, official reaction would be coming on that. And nobody holds a brief for corruption. So if these sort of incidents come, definitely they need to be censored and they need to be dealt firmly.
Bansal
And,
Sahab, the
as far
question
as-
is not that. Of course, it must be cracked down. And thank you, sir, for taking an enlightened position. But I'm asking you a simple question. Mr. Bansal, this is the economy of corruption. And Rahul Gandhi is talking about social justice. Do you know what corruption does? It beggars people. It takes from them. It doesn't declare income, which could be used by the state.
Mr. Rahul, that's what let me just come to that. When you are talking about corruption and all, definitely corruption is all around. Corruption is not confined.
Okay, I think we lost him. Yes, sir, Dr. Ranganathan, you were showing something. Dr. Chaudhary, I want to come. Yes. What is this? I can't see it. Can you read it out, please? There are some 2 or 3 individuals. Wealth has to be properly distributed, Rahul Gandhi says. Nyay Manch, AB India bolega. Ab India bolega.
Yeah, so wealth is the state resources. Where does it say?
State
It is the
resources?
state resources.
Can you, Dr. Ranganathan,
jobs.
explain to
It is
Tehsil
the state
Poonawalla,
resources.
please?
The facts are very clear.
You can put
That
anyone's
Rahul
photo.
Gandhi wants to redistribute wealth.
How?
So for Tehsin to,
But definitely those
am I audible?
Yes, you are audible. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
So,
Opposition
speak.
only.
Yeah.
ED is
What I'm
targeting.
saying,
I'm not
Rahul-
saying that corruption needs to be got rid of. But
Yeah, sorry, I got
what
cut off.
I'm
Yeah.
saying is it's confined as far as looking after ransacking the opposition leaders is concerned. It is confined to that. Why don't you look towards your people also? There
Sir,
must
my
be lot
people,
diamonds
my
of them.
people, your people, we are all one people. There are no our and mine
your
and
people,
yours and
because-
Dr. Virendra Chaudhary. What do you
Mr.
make of this,
Rahul,
sir?
for-
I am
for-
finding
for
it
you-
frustrating
for you
tonight.
it appears
I am
that
finding it frustrating.
BJP
I don't know where
and
to
Mr.
start, where to
Modi
end.
and
If the ED goes after certain people, okay.
And we
Bansal
are the
Sahab,
most corrupt people.
I understand. Bansal Sahab, look, I am not giving anyone a clean chit. It's not my business to give people a clean chit. I have taken a position on the fact that there are a large number of people with unsavory reputations who are part of the BJP. You can look at their own manifesto. They promise to wipe out corruption, but they take all sorts of people into it. Look at their own white paper. The first name on that was Ashok Chavan. They've taken, but that is all, we've understood it. My point is, Rahul Gandhi is talking about wealth redistribution, Dr. Chaudhary. He is saying, मैं Virendra Chaudhary से पैसे लूंगा, अगर उनके पास ज़्यादा है, और मैं एक गरीब आदमी को दूंगा. मेरा सवाल एक बहुत simple है. My question is very simple. Will he take money from the alams? Will he open his own accounts out? What about the Congress party that owns crores and crores and crores of undeclared wealth, which they have to pay income tax on? And the court has tided them over. I don't know why. Till the election is over. Can you believe it, viewers? In this country, a court says, no, ठीक है, election चल रहा है. You pay your taxes later. When they do that with you, viewers, we will salute the courts. Right now, they're creating exceptions. But Dr. Chaudhary, please tell me. Shocking.
On both counts, I will say, Rahul Gandhi's father, Rajiv Gandhi, December 1985, Bombay Congress session, he said 15 paisa. After 85, Congress has ruled 20 years, 5 5-year Rajiv Gandhi, 5-year Narasimha Rao, 10-year Manmohan Singh, what he did? Where is 85 paisa? Today he is crying for corruption, distributing money. Rahul Gandhi, first and secondly, census. I am telling Rahul Gandhi, 1953, Kaka Kalelkar Committee, who rejected Pandit Nehru? Mandal Commission was proposed in 78, established in 79, recommended in 1980. Who ruled in India in 80? Who was Prime Minister? Mrs. Gandhi. Who was Prime Minister in 85? Rajiv Gandhi. Who was Prime Minister in 91? Who was Prime Minister in 10 years from 2004 to 14? So
Okay.
you did not
Yes.
remember caste census?
Yes.
You rejected. Today you are saying caste
Very
census
quickly. Okay.
because
Dr. Saab,
because
Very
एक line,
quickly.
एक line. Dr. Saab, all this is true, Congress is bad. Why did Rajnath Singh ji and BJP say that they look caste census? Tell them to say no, no.
Very quickly,
Tell
Dr.
BJP to say
Ranganathan
no.
wanted to make a point.
Tell BJP to say no.
Yeah.
Now, there are 2 points very quickly. You see, the reason for this wealth survey, first of all, it's not a wealth census that Rahul Gandhi says. It's a survey. So survey means he doesn't have to go to every person. So obviously he's not going to go to people like Tehseen and other Congress leaders like Alam.
Yeah.
He's going to target you, me, Mr. Chaudhary, and possibly if Mr. Bansal decides to leave Congress, then he's going to target and find out how much wealth Mr. Bansal has. But the point I'm trying to make out here is that only 1% of Indians actually pay income tax.
Yeah.
So knowing where is the wealth,
Where is the
known
wealth?
through who pays income tax. He
Absolutely.
wants to go over and beyond that.
We
He is
leave it at
targeting
this,
Mangal
viewers.
Sutra.
We leave it at this. Look at the issue. The issue is there right before you. It's in the shape of a mountain of cash. I leave it at this.
Co-powered by
Party is there. You see, the issue is BJP is a party which we'll have to fight against, which we have been doing.
So what is that fight against the BJP? Are these elections particularly more polarized as you've been contending that they're trying to do that? If so, in what way?
BJP's DNA is to polarize everything. So they have not changed their colors. But the Prime Minister has been exposed very badly in these elections. There were many people who were not BJP members who were still supporting the BJP in 14 and 19. And what let me use that American term, floater voters or whatever it is. They are now shocked with the language Prime Minister has used. And many of them have spoken to me and told me in person that this time around they will not vote for Modi. These are their words, not 1 or 2, but in huge numbers.
But
And they said that we never expected that the Prime Minister would call 14 crore Muslims as Ghuspeti, as jihadi. And then this candidate of BJP does that
arrow gesture.
horrible thing, because the whole world knows that Telangana's peace and prosperity is very important for a landlocked area, and Hyderabad has to grow. If bigger MNCs are coming and investing in Hyderabad, is because of many things. The most important thing is peace. And then that is done. So that clearly has exposed the BJP, exposed their mindset, and the people of Hyderabad and Telangana will reply on May 13th.
Sir, I will talk to you about what you feel you have done for the constituency, because the charge against you is that you also rely on the heavy Muslim vote here, but you haven't really done much development. But before I come to that, on the Prime Minister, you recently compared the situation of Muslims in India to Jews in Hitler's Germany. Is that not an exaggeration, given that we've got the highest Muslim population in the subcontinent or around the world, and they're prospering?
I said this in the last parliament session when I was given opportunity to speak on the president debate. So I had said this, and I can corroborate why I said that. Hate speeches, yes, it did happen before 2014, but the amount of hate speeches against Muslims have increased not 100 times more. It was the Supreme Court who had to intervene and get cases booked when the Dharam Sansas were held. Mob lynching has increased. Hijab has been made a national security issue. Azan has been made a national security issue. What I eat is being made a very controversial thing. Laws have been passed on religious conversion. Laws have been passed against interreligious marriages. You know, and then these are the things which started in 1930s of the then Germany. Then the Kristallnacht movement happened. Movies are being made. The same thing happened during in 30s in Germany. What kind of movies are being made? All with all nonsense and all you know, complete lies. Okay, you say this is it's not a fact. So we are leading towards it. And when the Prime Minister stands up, he does not speak for the 133 crore people. He speaks about his ideology. How can the Prime Minister call us this Guspeti? How can the Prime Minister demean the Muslim women saying they give birth to more children? Huh? Then what about, why are you opening all these centers of fertility treatment? Close them down. Can the Prime Minister understand what a woman, you know, there are so many fertility centers throughout India, in Hyderabad also. You close them down. Why are you demeaning? You criticize any other political party you want. It's part of your electioneering. But to demean 14% population, what is the message is sending?
This is CNN News 18 and Federal Bank Primetime Studio.
Namaste, Jai Hind, and welcome to this edition of The Right Stand, coming to you live from the CNN News 18 and Federal Bank studio. Ladies and gentlemen, come the poll season, why is it that anything